I'm Tanya Steele, editor-in-chief of Epicurious.com, and you're watching Around the World in 80 Dishes. Today we're going to Mother Russia to make some borscht. And I'm here with my friend, Felder from the CIA. Now, Chef, my grandmother actually was Russian.
Oh, was she?
Meyer Rubenstein. And one thing that she taught me was how to make borscht. It essentially is kind of a stew, right? And it's something that everyone has heard of, but it sounds like it's more intimidating than it is. And in actuality, it's actually a very fast beet vegetable stew. Is that
That's
correct?
exactly. Beet vegetable soup. It's easy to make.
Yeah, it is. And so tasty.
Shall we do it?
Yeah, let's
Do you want to do it?
You show me your version.
Okay, this is my version.
Okay.
So we're going to heat up our pan, and we're going to add vegetable oil. Do you want to add that?
Please.
And then we're going to let's put in the onions. Let's put about half of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to saute the onions. Let's go ahead and add the garlic now, okay? There we go. That'll keep us going.
On a cold Russian winter's night.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Now, once that comes to aroma,
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and add our celery.
Okay.
And here you go. So here we're going to go with the carrots.
You know, as you're making this, it's reminding me that I know that in the Russian culture, French culture was very in, particularly in the 18th and 19th century, and this is like a mirepoix.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
I'm wondering if that's how it began. If maybe the French influence in Russia
With the mirepoix of onions and celery and
into the Russian court.
carrots. Yeah, could have very well. It's also really just the basis of a great soup. Now this is leeks, another tremendous Russian ingredient.
Leeks are one of those chef ingredients, I feel like, that chefs use all the time and that, you know, us home cooks don't use leeks. But shallots and leeks add so much, you know, they bring so much to the table, and they really do.
We're going to go ahead now and add Savoy cabbage. So let's go ahead and put this down in, and let's let that wilt just a minute.
Okay.
You could actually put the top on for just a second to get it to go down. Alrighty, you know what? We need salt now, so let's put a little bit of salt, and let's go ahead and add the pepper. Now you see where our cabbage has...
Yeah, it's wilted already.
It's wilted down. We did that, and it's not going to hurt it. We did it because it was filling the pot so much. So now let's add the rest of the cabbage, add a drop more salt, and we're going to go ahead and add the marjoram now, and a drop more pepper. And now let's put give it one good stir.
Okay.
I don't want it to be sticking at all. Those vegetables are pretty moist. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
They're making a nice juice. Isn't that going to be beautiful?
Yeah.
You see
really
those
is.
colors?
Amazing.
And then we're going to add that red. Gosh, it's so healthy.
It's so full of fiber.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Absolutely.
It's like a week's full of fiber in one dish. It's great.
It's true. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead. It looks good enough. Let's go ahead now and add the grated beets.
Now, is there a trick to not getting your hands red with beet juice?
You know what? It doesn't get so red when the beet is raw. This is a raw beet. When they're cooked, yeah, you've got to wear gloves.
Yeah.
It gets under your fingernails,
Yeah.
I think. So we're just going to go like this and just grate. Grate it in. I want to make sure our temperature's not too high. In fact, why don't we turn it down a little bit? Want to give it a try?
Yep.
Okay. The key is to be careful not to get your hand.
Right. I've done that. I've braided my hand.
I know. It's like childhood.
That was fun.
Terrible childhood memories of cooking, right? Now we're going to also add the vinegar as soon as we add the beets. Beets have a pigment called anthocyanin. And if you add, when you add the vinegar, it stabilizes the red color. If you don't add the vinegar, it can get washed out. And in fact, if you have a base, too much salt, it can make it a little bit purple.
Oh.
So whenever you have beets or red cabbage, always with red wine vinegar.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So there you go.
There's 2 beets in there?
Yeah, there's 2. It ends up being about 2 cups of grated beets. And my recommendation really is to use a food processor.
Yeah, it's easier.
I think it's much easier. Let's go ahead and stir that.
Yeah, you're right. It's not
as bad.
I've actually dyed shirts trying to make my grandmother's borscht.
Have you really?
Yeah, disaster.
Okay, so you want to stir that, and I'll add a little bit of red wine vinegar.
So I think our recipe says that you do this adding the vinegar after 15 minutes, but you say that adding it now actually stabilizes the pigment.
It does. It's better to add it now.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and put our bay leaf in, and then we're going to add our beef broth.
Ah.
And like I said, it could either be chicken stock, veg stock, or even water.
Mm-hmm. So, Chef, I know we deviated a little bit from the recipe. So, I think the recipe says that you cook this for 10 minutes, then you add the beets, and then you cook for 15 minutes. But it's fine as long as you basically cook it for about 25 minutes.
That's
right at this point.
And the key is that you want each of the vegetables to all the vegetables to be done at the same time. So we had the carrots and the celery and the onions in. And the cabbage before we added the beets. So they had been cooking, they wilted down.
I see.
So
no worries.
No worries. No worries. And you know what? It's one of those things
Yeah.
that's really forgiving.
Yes.
It really is
Yes.
forgiving.
It is.
Let's go ahead and salt a little
Okay.
more. And let's give it a taste to see where we are with our
Okay.
salt. And then we'll cover it.
Cute.
It's good already, right?
That's very good. Surprised how good it is so
Isn't
quickly.
that good? Okay, so we're going to bring it up to high simmer, almost to a boil, and then we will partially cover it and let it go for about 25 minutes.
Okay.
We do want to taste it after about 15 minutes, see where we are with the vegetables so we don't overcook it, but that's it.
Great. All right.
Okay.
No wonder it's so simple.
It's really
All
delicious.
those babushkas making this.
Doesn't that look good? It looks like we're just about done. It's been 25 minutes. Let's go ahead and taste it.
Okay.
Make sure the vegetables are cooked.
So we're looking for cooked vegetables and anything in the broth?
The broth should be seasoned well with salt, but let's see, make sure, get a little taste of everything.
The vegetables are perfectly cooked.
Are
I
they
think.
perfect?
I have an inkling that you're going to say we need a little more salt.
What
Do you
made
think so?
Yes, I do think a drop more. What about you? Do you think so?
Yeah, I think I would use an umpa. I wonder what Russian is for just a little.
No, I have no idea. Okay, let's see how this is. What we're going to do is go ahead now. I think that's fabulous.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Let's go ahead now and serve it.
Okay.
Have this beautiful Russian-esque bowl. And then, gosh, isn't that pretty? See how easy this is? Sitting around a fire with some good pumpernickel, hearty rye bread.
Reading from Tolstoy.
There you
We could do that.
There you go. Let's turn this off. So here we are.
Now, at the Russian tea room, I had it with a big dollop of sour cream, right? Ah, you've got
Honey,
the sour cream.
exactly.
Okay.
Do you want to do
Yes, I love dollops of sour cream.
it? And then here we go.
There we go.
And a little bit of dill.
Dill makes it truly Eastern European.
Isn't that
Yeah.
great? And there we go.
Wow. Okay, I have to try it with the sour cream.
I have to try it too.
That's what I love. It just breaks up.
Perfect.
Ooh, that is so yummy.
Isn't that good? Isn't that delicious? And that freshness of the dill.
Oh my
Perfect.
God, the dill is beautiful in there.
Totally is what it needs.
Well, Chef, thanks
Sour
for bringing
cream.
back memories of my grandma.
Well,
It's very sweet of you.
welcome. You're welcome.
loved it.
Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed
Yes.
it. Yeah.